Good morning, my lovelies. Danielle here, your men's intimacy mentor, access bars practitioner and facilitator and intuitive counselor. Today I'm here specifically wanting to talk to you about consciousness, of course, but men's sexual energy and transmuting that. So I hope the heading caught your attention. I'm going to wait for a couple of people to jump on. So if you like watching my videos, please click follow first on my personal page or my business page. That way you'll be shown all the content that I have to offer first up. If you enjoy what I have to offer, also share it with your friends, like, comment, say hello, where you're watching from. And that way I know what videos you like and what ones you don't and what to keep putting out to the world. So this is an interesting topic of conversation, and it's one that through my coaching and through my own personal experience in life and interaction, I have noticed many people tend to do. This is specifically focused at men and the masculine energy. So there are some women that function as mostly masculine, but this is mainly focusing on your level 1 and your level 2 consciousness. Men, people that are not completely balanced and in balance with themselves. Who's really completely balanced within themselves? But sexual energy, okay? So men, you find it so much. I see it everywhere. Men are either searching, dating several different women because they want variety, they want to taste everything, they want the fullness of what's on offer. Also drinking, partying, drugs. They're some of the main ways that men look for fulfillment, right? So mostly if you're somebody who's spending a lot of energy, you're attracted to this woman and you're spending time interacting with this one, or you're sleeping with several of them, or you're getting turned on and then you're spending a lot of time masturbating, then what you don't realize is that your sexual energy there is actually your creative energy. So your sexual energy, if you're using it and you've got this kind of energy where it's taking over your mind, you're sex on the mind all the time, or you're looking for this fullness of that and that attention and that validation in that way through a very short-lived pleasure. So when we have a sexual interaction, we can have amazing sex, and that is, I guess, one of the pleasures of life. But when you look at it and you're putting so much of your sexual energy, so if you look at sexual energy as energy equals currency, then this may make a little bit more sense for you, because I'm going to try and condense a large topic into a small time frame. And if you want to know more a little bit about it, PM me and we can organize a coaching session. But your sexual energy is your creative energy. So too many people are using, and men specifically are using it on dating, and they're using it with all these different women, they're sleeping around, or they're only having this short-lived amount of fulfillment from it, right? So when you start to understand that your sexual energy and your creative energy are very similar and can be transmuted and transformed, then you can put it into your goals. You can put it into creative outlets, music, poetry, painting, whatever it is that you are currently wanting to invest time into creating, business goals. So even fitness, to a certain degree, is that you can be using that energy to really harness and push that desire and that potency into creation. So that's what it is. It's your seed. Your sexual energy is your seed. Your seed is the seed of life or creation. So it's really important that when you're not using that and you're just feeling more and more drained, so if you're just releasing it through your sexual urges, then what happens is you end up feeling quite depleted rather than feeling quite fulfilled, because you're not doing what your body is actually desiring, right? So you're expelling all of this sexual energy, Or when you get to a certain point and you're over dating and you still feel like, you know, your relationship's not fulfilling, or you don't want to be that certain personality type where you're just sleeping around or you're partying, or you want to invest your time into other things, then you start to go into denial of it and you go into self-isolation. And what happens then is you're putting walls and barriers up and you're not actually even feeling your sexual energy at all. And what that does is, by cutting off that barrier, then you're not in the space of being able to receive either. So you can't put that energy into a business and then you're not receiving the benefits of that business, because you've actually cut off that whole energy supply, because you've either put a judgment on it, but it's just that we don't understand how to use these energies with purpose. So to transmute it, you can look at putting it into so many different ways. And there's a lot of different tools that you can use to shift it from sexual into creation. And I will share some of those, but basically, if you function like a man and you're not feeling like you're creating, so if you are feeling depleted but you're overly sexual, right, and you've just sort of got this, like, I guess it's a lack of drive in a lot of ways, because your sexual energy gives you motivation and inspiration. Like, you can be inspired and motivated to go and chase after a certain woman, but that is your body actually telling you that it wants to create in the world. So this is where it's a really good time to look at, okay, if you've got a lot of this energy or you've denied a lot of this energy, how can you actually use this energy to do things in the world? So I create on Facebook every day. I create by creating content for you guys. And there's so many different ways you can create in the world. And we as human beings, that is what we're here to do. We're here to create in so many different ways. And it could be writing, it could be like many avenues to what you want to invest your energy in. But if you're not finding something that you're desiring to create and you don't have a creative outlet, that's when it turns into a sort of obsessive compulsive thing, and you just feel more and more drained and you haven't found that fulfillment within yourself, or you're just going to complete the denial, which can cause depression as well, because you're not using those energies. Overall, we want to be a completely balanced human, but the masculine energy is quite sexual, and it is like a go-getter sort of powerful energy to push forward into the world. So not saying that you just go and be like, you know, a real strong masculine energy and like cut all ties with women and don't date or whatever that is that you may perceive it as, because there are a lot of men that sort of go, you know, you're either a monk or you're married kind of attitude. So if you're a monk, then you're just investing everything into yourself, everything into your creation and what you're doing in the world and how you're showing up. And that push energy can then shut you off from your softness of your feminine. So we are meant to be balanced with all energies. We should be able to tap into everything at the required time. And if you're cutting off parts of yourself, then it means you're not an actualized or aware, conscious human being. And it will always mean that you're missing parts of your life because you're not willing to be all these different energies. So interacting with women can be a really, really good teacher, because it can teach you how to have softness and how to have sweetness, as well as really tapping into your masculine side. It can teach you how to understand emotions and what emotions tell you, so that you can be a more balanced person. And it actually having that softness of the feminine energy puts you in flow too. So if you can go with flow, then you can flow with your masculine purpose rather than push. Push and drive, and that real harsh energy. And people can get quite cut off, and they get a bit strong and arrogant, and sometimes, and that's not. It can be a bit harsh, and if you're really looking to be conscious and aware and you want to create more for your life, then being balanced is the overall thing. So it's understanding how to balance your energy so you're not just in this sexual push all the time, and you're not coming from that neediness of fulfillment from that because you're not fulfilling yourself. And there are many ways to cultivate once you learn to transform and transmute that sexual energy into creative energy and output, basically. There's different tools and techniques you can use to cultivate it so that you can make more of it. So the more that you're creating and the more that you're actually using that energy into investing into a project, the more you actually get inspired. It's not like it's very different to like if you're using it in a sexual form, you don't go and masturbate and then you're more inspired to just keep masturbating. Or maybe some people are. But, you know, it's a short-lived pleasure that drops, whereas this is something that is constantly inspiring you and pushing you to create more things and change and learn and grow. I guess the biggest thing that I see with so many different males and the people that I work with is they don't have any creative outlets, and so they spend time at the pub and they spend time wasting on dating. And if you look at this energy as being your currency, this is your money maker, right? Then what happens is you're investing money and time and energy into going on countless dates, dating sites, or, you know, actually having so many interactions, how much time you have to court a woman, the amount of money that you actually spend doing all of that, not to mention the drinking side of things, and how much that money there is just an output with zero return. Or you can shift it into something that's going to create more for you. Because if you're creating in an energetic perspective of creating more in your life through creation, what happens is you're going to create more through receiving your income sources as well, even if they're not directly linked. So sexual energy equals currency. And that is why we should all be finding what we desire to create in the world, what life we want to be living, what we want to invest our time and energy into. All right, I love you all. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk soon.